Getting right into today's video, I am going to be applying the tips. I haven't showed this step in a long time, so I figured I would include this portion into today's video. I am using the extra long C-curve tips from Not Polish. I love that these are perfectly pre-shaped in the perfect square shape, and the C-curve definitely gives such a huge different look than with regular tips, so I wanted to go ahead and use these for today's video. I am just applying them with my Young Nails brush on glue. It is my favorite glue, so I'm just going ahead and applying them to the very tip of the natural nail bed very carefully, and then I want to make sure that they are nice and straight. I like to just press and hold it onto that nail until I don't feel it move anymore, and then I let it go. This one was a little bit crooked, so I went ahead and straightened it out, and now we are moving on to the index finger. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch the rest of this. Once I'm done applying the tips, I am going to be trimming them. I'm using my nail tip cutters for this step. You want to make sure you are using nail tip cutters because they have the perfect curvature on the blade, which will not bend the tip as it would if I were to use regular craft scissors or any type of scissors at that. So make sure you are using nail tip cutters. I'm just going ahead and trimming those, making sure they are pretty much all the same length. Now I'm taking my Tammy Taylor peel and stick file, and I'm going to gently file the sides. I'm not filing too much as I want to keep the shape intact, but I am making sure that the sides are nice and flush to the natural nail. You definitely do not want to skip that step. Now getting right into our acrylic application, I am going to be using all Profiles Backstage products. If you have not shopped their website, please do so. You will not regret it. They are very, very affordable. They have tons of products from foils to nail art to polish to acrylic to everything basically that you will need to do nails. They have it at a very affordable price. Just create your account. You can skip the license number part when it asks you for it. Just go ahead and skip it if you don't have one. Sign up for an account and start shopping, save some money. Use my discount code to save a little bit more money. But I am going to be using their acrylic monomer along with their acrylic brush in the size 10. I love their brush. I've talked about it a lot on my channel before. Along with that, I am using their acrylic, just the clear one for this step. I'm going to be adding a thin layer in the middle section of the nail. I want to use that as my base to grasp that glitter onto that surface. So this glitter is actually so beautiful. It is one of their solar glitters. This glitter changes from a yellow hue to a pink hue. So make sure you guys check those out. They are so pretty, and they definitely change colors. It's kind of mind-blowing. But I'm just using this to kind of conceal that area where the natural nail meets the tip. I like concealing that area, especially when I'm using clear nails, just because I feel like it does not look cute. I don't like seeing the growth underneath. So that's kind of a technique that I like to use to conceal that. Just a little bit of glitter on there and it camouflages that line. Very little effort to create this. I just needed that base. It adheres perfectly, and then we're going to be encapsulating. You will note that I'm going to be adding a little bit of pink on the nail bed. If I were to be doing it on a client, you definitely do not need to do that step. However, because this hand is a practice hand, it is not real, and the nail beds are tips, you can see that they are white. And so while I was doing this step, I realized that you were going to be able to see a different color when it came to the nail bed, and I did not like that. So I went ahead and added this very sheer light pink, and I wanted to kind of mimic the natural nail bed kind of color. This one is called Flawless, also from Profiles Backstage. The consistency is bomb, super blendable, love it, love it. Definitely check out their stuff. If you are a beginner looking for beginner products, they do have an acrylic bundle on their site, which is amazing. Like I said, I've used it before, so definitely recommend it. I have it in my how thick nails should be and how to build an apex video. I used some other stuff in that video, so check that out if you're also interested in learning about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of that color on the nail bed. Try to conceal out a little bit, blend it gently into that glitter. I don't want to cover it all the way, but I do want to blend it in nicely. Now we are going to be encapsulating and basically adding the complete thickness that we need for that nail, especially because these are longer nails. So I'm using a rather large bead of acrylic, applying it near the cuticle, and then start to blend it down towards the tip. And I'm just gonna randomly apply more clear wherever I feel it needs a little bit more thickness. But my encapsulation process is all over the place. I don't use a specific technique. Sometimes you'll see me start at the tip, sometimes you'll see me start in the middle, sometimes you'll see me start at the top. So it kind of just depends on what my hand motions me to do. So keep that in mind if you're trying to specifically learn how to encapsulate nails. I just throw acrylic on there. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys continue to watch this. Remember to practice your liquid to powder ratio. That's gonna be crucial on your acrylic application. While applying it, remember to consistently wipe these sides so that you don't have overflow of that product. And then when you get done, you have to have very minimal filing because you tried to keep it nice and perfect throughout the entire application process. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys watch the rest of this process. Now once everything is nice and dry, I am going in and starting my filing process. For this step, I am using my hand file and I start on the sides. I do change that as well in my videos. So for this video, I decided to hand file the majority of the nail. So I like to start off the sides if I'm using my hand file. Make sure that the shape is nice and perfect, and then I continue my filing onto the surface of the nail. I go vertically up and down because on long nails, that's gonna save you some time and you're gonna have better control of your hand file that way. It is very, very quick process if you have a good hand file, so definitely recommend you guys check these out as they are my favorite. Again, filing the sides, and then I continue filing the surface of the nail. I'm using about medium amount of pressure. I'm not trying to remove bulk product, but I'm just trying to smooth that surface out, make sure that everything is nice and ridge free. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue that, and I'll get back on in a little bit.
My actions, they haunt me, and I'll never live it down. I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. You call my bluff, I won't pick up, I let it ring. Record your voice so I can listen back again. And I'm sorry I'm not perfect, but I knew that I wouldn't be. I guess it's for the best, you know the worst in me. I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. And I feel misunderstood, cause I'm trying hard to love. I'm sorry, my actions, they haunt me, and I'll never live it down. I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. So do you wanna take me back? All of our broken plans, so we can start again. Wanting down a second chance, I'm too selfish for that. I let you fall again, now that you know that. I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. And I feel misunderstood, cause I'm trying hard to love. I'm sorry, my actions, they haunt me, and I'll never live it down.
Now, if you are familiar with my channel, you will know that even though I hand file some of my nails, I still go in with an e-file. I am using my Kiara Sky rechargeable e-file for this step. I have her at about 8,000 RPMs, and along with that, I'm using their 5-in-1 carbide bit. This one is in the color silver, but they have tons of really pretty colors to choose from. This is my go-to, my all-time favorite, and I am using that in the cuticle area. It's so safe to use near the cuticle, and it is going to get you the nice flush result that you need in order to keep your nails on without lifting. You want to make sure that you get it all nice and flush to prevent that, and it helps you get into those hard to reach areas as the tip is a little bit tapered in. So definitely check those out. Once I'm done with that, I'm flipping the hand around to look at the nails from the client's perspective. It is so important that you continue to rotate the finger as you're filing and then flip the hand around as I'm doing in this portion. I am just going to square off those nails and continue to look at the sides of the nails to make sure that everything is nice and perfect at this point. Now I'm going in with my favorite sponge buffer. This is from Profiles Backstage as well, and I am going to buff the surface of the nail. I want to make sure that the surface is nice and smooth as I'm going to be applying some gel on top. I know a lot of people like to leave them rough, but the hand file sometimes leaves those harsh lines, so I like to make sure that I remove all of that. Just dusting off any excess dust, and then I'm going to quickly remove the dust and all that gunk from the nails and my practice hand. I'm using a lint-free wipe and some swipe for this step. Now for the fun part, for today's video, I did want to go ahead and do kind of like a St. Patrick's inspired nail set without doing green or the typical like gold and four-leaf clovers type of deal. So I opted for a rainbow look. I did create a set similar to this a while back and I wanted to recreate that for today's video. So I'll have my husband insert a photo somewhere on the screen, but I am going to be doing a vertical ombre with these jelly gels from Profiles Backstage. I recently received these and I'm so excited to be doing a video with these. Jelly polishes are so pretty in my opinion, but they are rarely used nowadays. So I wanted to take advantage of it and create this set for you guys. Try to give you guys a little bit of inspo and show off these bomb gels. So I am starting off with their purple and their pink, and I'm going to be lightly ombreing it, and I'm actually using my cute little LED light to flash cure these into place so that they don't run all over the place and I can move on quickly to the next nail. So I'll explain more of the process on the other nails. But these gels are so good. The other set that I created was using the Kiara Sky jelly polishes, and in my opinion, theirs are cloudy. I love Kiara Sky, but that specific line is super cloudy, and while they still created a stunning look and I still love them, my clients still loved them, these colors in my opinion are way more vibrant and definitely a lot more transparent. So I'm sure you guys can kind of tell the difference. So I'm starting off with a pinkish orange color on the left and then the yellow on the right. And now I'm going to gently blend those two together using the lighter color. It honestly doesn't matter which one you used. You'll see me kind of alternate throughout each finger. If I was doing this on a full set, I probably would have done different combinations, but because I'm only showing you guys on 4 fingers, I'm doing very minimal amount of transitions. But typically I would do purple, pink, pink, orange, orange, yellow, yellow, green, green, blue, if that makes sense. And then you can add in other colors as well, but I love these. I'm so excited to be adding these to my collection. So now I am transitioning the same color onto the other nail. Kind of how I was explaining to you guys, if that makes sense. I hope I didn't confuse you guys. But typically I would have put the pink on the middle finger as well, but I wanted to use that light orange coral color in there as well, so I went ahead and just switched it. Now I'm adding the yellow and this kind of greenish blue color. And then I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be trying to blend those in as much as possible. It's a really easy transition because they are very see-through. They blend together very nicely. So it's gonna take very little effort for you guys to create this look if you guys give it a go. And I will make sure my husband adds all of these specific colors that I'm using in while I'm using them. I'm kind of just babbling throughout this whole process, so I do apologize for that, but I'm so excited to have these. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys watch the rest of this process. On the pinky, I'm gonna be using the blue that I'm using on this finger along with a darker blue. And they will transition so pretty. Now I'm just flash curing that last nail before we move on to our top coat, but I am using the Kick and Glass top coat from Profiles Backstage as well. This top coat is so good. It's super shiny, and it's also no wipe top coat, which I absolutely love. I don't like having to wipe off a tacky layer because a lot of the time I feel like it still leaves behind some sort of residue and they're not as shiny. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I've definitely noticed that and I am not a fan. So I love when a top coat is no wipe. I'm going ahead and adding a good even layer of that onto the surface of the nail, making sure that I am covering the entire surface. And then I'm going to be placing that in my regular light. For that, I am using my Kiara Sky rechargeable LED light. And I'm going to be placing that in there for a full 2 minutes. This top coat does need to be cured for 2 full minutes. So I'm leaving it in there for the full 2 minutes as I usually do anyways. But that basically concludes today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. And I hope you guys loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys check out their products. Use my discount code and I will see you guys later.
And I'll throw it right back.